Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend and that you are safe and healthy and happy. And I'm thrilled that you're here with me. This is always one of my favorite parts of the week. I really enjoy coming and joining you on Wednesdays for our weekly style snack. And yeah, it's just I appreciate you being part of my life. So, do I have a fuzzy? Like maybe I touched my screen with my finger. Hold on, let me just clean my camera. Is that better? I don't usually touch my camera, but it fell a second. Like right before I went on, it fell and I grabbed it. Anyway, no fingerprints on the camera. So today I want to talk to you about something that I have a lot of feelings about. Oh, here comes my puppy. Hi. It's a universal struggle that I think, unfortunately, most women can relate to, not in a good way. So I recently got an email that had this. I'm struggling at the moment because I've gained weight. My tailored favorites and excellent fits now make me feel bad about myself because they don't fit right. That isn't what you asked us to share, but that's where I am right now. One of the great blessings about my job, and I think I have the world's greatest job, is I get to talk to and get to know so many of you through your emails, your DMs, your posts in my groups. And I'm privileged to be part of your triumphs and your challenges. My inbox is full of messages like this one from women who are frustrated because the clothes they love and want to wear don't look the way they want them to. And honestly, it breaks my heart to read about their frustrations, partly because I've been there. I know those feelings deeply and intimately, and I would say most women do, unfortunately. But why? Why do we have these feelings? Well, when Linda Carter was Wonder Woman and Catherine Bach was Daisy Duke, I was a little girl being spoon-fed a bowl full of lies about the ideal feminine body. And when I hit my teen years, I thought I would fill out to look like they did, and it didn't happen. I was all elbows and knees and ribs well into adulthood, and I was teased for looking like a little boy. I hated my body. But why? After having 6 kids in 6 years, including triplets, I did fill out, but mostly in the wrong places. With the stress of all those pregnancies so close together, I developed a diastasis, which some of you might know what that is, but it's a separation of your abdominal muscles. And so instead of being like this, my abdominal muscles were like this. I could shove my fist all the way down into my abdomen, and that's not good. My guts were literally hanging out, and I looked 4 to 5 months pregnant for a long time. After my last baby, the baby weight didn't come off like it had before, and none of my clothes fit. I hated my body. But why? My body had delivered miracles, literally. It is not normal to carry 3 babies at once. Our bodies are not made to do that, but it did. My body had given me 6 beautiful, healthy babies in a very short time frame. My body got up in the night to take care of them. It lifted and loved each one. It carried me where I needed to go. It did all I asked it to do. Why would I hate a body that had served me so faithfully? Because of the lie. The big lie. Since the beginning of time, the female ideal has been presented to us. And if you were born to match it, lucky you. And if you weren't, welcome to a lifetime of self-loathing. Before social media, it was presented to us in artistic media and dictated by the elite. The ideal has changed over time, and it varies from culture to culture. In recent decades, we went from favoring a full hourglass shape in the 50s, a la Marilyn Monroe, to the lean, straight, long figure of Twiggy in the 60s, followed by the toned, athletic, and curvy shape of the 70s I grew up seeing, back to Kate Moss and the very lean look in the 90s. Before that, full hips and a narrow waist were considered the feminine ideal because it indicated good childbearing abilities. And women in other decades wore bustles to enhance their backsides, and they bound their breasts to flatten their fronts. So they were fully flat and straight all the way down here, and then had this enormous bump in the back. Nobody's body looks like that. Nobody's. And women tied themselves into corsets and wore extra padding in their skirts to make it look like they were. During other times, it was a full chest that mattered. For many cultures, for many centuries, a full figure meant wealth because you could afford food. And a body that was too slender meant you were poor and starving. Very fair skin was once a status symbol because it meant you weren't working in the fields. And now a tan means you can afford a luxury vacation where the sun isn't shining this time of year. These days, the ideal isn't even real. It's a photoshopped lie. The models we see on the covers of magazines have been digitally altered to the extreme, but we believe it. We start to hate our bodies and we hold ourselves to an impossible standard. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. Photoshop, I kind of hate you. The truth is, there is no one ideal body type, shape, or size. It is a lie that we have been fed our whole lives. I decided years ago to love and dress the body I had, and it was life-altering. Did that mean I didn't want to still look and feel my best? No, of course not. It's normal to want to feel beautiful and attractive, to look great, to feel great. There's nothing wrong with that. But there has to be more to it than just one version. I learned to dress the body I had to highlight my assets, my best assets, so I could feel confident and attractive. And that was a game changer for me. It's all about finding balance. One thing that hasn't changed is the aesthetic value of balance. It's universally pleasing to the eye, and it makes up the elements of every type of design, from photography to landscape to fashion. Learning to dress my body so I could make it look more balanced really helped me feel my best in my outfits. And I've known since, I was in my 20s when I started to fill out some, that I have a pear-shaped body, because no matter how, well, probably not even in my teens, I knew. No matter how thin I was still proportionally thinnest in my torso and shoulders, and fullest in my seat, my thighs, and my hips. Wearing outfits that help balance my proportions creates a look that's pleasing to the eye aesthetically from a design perspective. And it has nothing to do with size or weight. It's about creating that balanced look that's part of the design principles. We're born with this eye that looks to achieve balance. And you can dress to balance your proportions at every size. So this is not about trying to look like a model on the cover of a magazine, because they don't even look like that. It's not about trying to look like you're a certain size. It's about achieving an aesthetically balanced and pleasing look with your outfit. Because it's not you, it's them. What if you had a boat and you bought a cover for a completely different type of boat? Would you curse the boat for being the wrong size and shape? Or would you buy a different boat cover that fits properly? It's the same with your body. Buying clothes that are meant for another body type and cursing your body for not looking right in them is the same thing as buying the wrong type of boat cover for your boat. It's not you. There is nothing wrong with you or your body or your shape or your size. It's the clothes. And by choosing clothes that fit and suit your body, they'll not only look great, they'll feel a lot better. This summer, it wasn't really part of what I had intended to talk about, but during one of our style snacks, we started talking about the muffin top and where it comes from. Even Twiggy could have given herself a muffin top by wearing the wrong pants. The wrong pants give you a muffin top. It's not you, it's the pants. So now what? Sorry. I have reflux. I feel like I have to say that because of the way things are right now. I'm not sick. I just have reflux. And a little bit of a dry throat. That's where the cough and the throat clearing comes from. So the key is to learn what your body type is and the rules of balance and proportion that help you achieve balance. It comes down to choosing the items that work best for you and combining them so they highlight your best features and make you appear balanced. This year, I've talked a lot about style rules and how I love to break them and make my own rules. In fact, the only rule I have is wear what you love. So why am I talking to you about rules now? Because I've been preaching against them all year long. Well, as I've said before, there is power in knowing the rules. And instead of rules, I think of them as tools in my belt. I choose the ones I want to use to achieve my goal, and I leave the rest. I know the rules for dressing to balance my body. And if you know the rules too, you'll also know that I don't follow all of them all the time. Dressing to balance my body shape is only one facet of my style. And when it excludes the other parts, I still won't look and feel my best. So just as we're talking about balancing our body shapes, we also have to balance our needs, our preferences, and our reality. So much comes into play here. High heels make your legs look long and lean. But does it suit your lifestyle? Does it suit your comfort preferences? What about your personal style? No? Well, then scratch that one. That might be a tool you use occasionally when it suits you, or maybe never at all. Maybe it stays in your belt most of the time or all the time, but you know the rule and you can decide, not for me. And speaking of belts, I love them, but I'm not supposed to wear them. It is against the rules for flattering and balancing a pair body type. But in this case, my preference overrides the rules and I wear them anyway. I wear them in a way that still helps me balance my proportions though. I learned all the rules for dressing for my body type, but I also felt extremely frustrated by them. And I decided to learn how to break them and still achieve the goal of balance I was after. Am I always achieving perfect balance? No. But I still get to wear belts in the most flattering way possible for my body. And I get the best of both worlds. So rules are meant for breaking. Along with the messages that I receive from you about your frustrations, I also get a lot of requests, and I keep track of them so I know how I can help you. That is my entire purpose and goal with Stunning Styles. How can I help you? How can I help you look and feel your best? How can I help you and make it easy for you to get up and get dressed and feel great about yourself and work within the lifestyle that you have and meet your own personal style needs and feel comfortable and confident in what you're wearing and dress in a way that feels authentic to you and have the right message on your personal billboard. Many of you are frustrated with trying to dress your bodies in clothes that are not made to fit you, but that's what is in the stores, and trying to meet an impossible ideal that today no one can meet because nobody looks like that. Others of you are frustrated with the limitations that come with the rules of dressing for your body type, and you feel like you have to choose between balancing your body and wearing what you love. And that's how I felt for a while. I've said no for a long time to creating a body type product. You've asked me for it. Many of you have asked me for it over and over and over. And I would say, there are a lot of great courses and books and articles out there that cover this topic. And I don't really feel like I have anything new to add to the subject. But then I did. So right now I'm working on a course to help you learn to dress to flatter and balance your body type and also break the rules. Because that's the best part. You can have both. You can dress to flatter and balance your figure and still wear what you love. You can pick and choose which rules work for you, or tools as we prefer to call them. And by knowing these rules, you can choose which ones you want to use and also learn how to break them if those rules don't serve you. And you can toss all of it out the window if you want to. So right now, I want to challenge you to love your body. Your body is a miracle. It has fought battles, it has climbed mountains, it has given you gifts, carried you through life, and it deserves gratitude, appreciation, and love. If you don't love your body as it is right now, I can promise you that you will never love it, no matter how fit, thin, or perfect it looks according to the ideals that we have been handed. If you cannot love it the way it is today, you'll never love it. You will always find flaws with it and failures with it. It can take time to shift your mindset, but you can start by thanking it right now for all of the things it has done for you. And you can continue by making a list of things about your body you're grateful for. Keep it somewhere you can look at and read every day. And by making that your focus, you can learn to love the body that you have right now. It deserves that, and so do you. It's the body you have. Love it. It's perfect. And to get us all going, we're going to start an I Love My Body challenge in the Capsule Wardrobes for Classic Style Facebook group. Every day, we are going to share something about our bodies we love or are grateful for. It can be something aesthetic, like I have fabulous legs, or I have very kind eyes. And it can be functional, like my legs take me up and down the stairs every day, or my eyes read me all my favorite books. you can focus on something that you've been taught to be ashamed of, because there's nothing shameful about any of these things I'm about to mention, like the stretch marks that are a gift from your body bearing children. These lines around my eyes are from all the laughing and fun that I've had and all the smiling that I've done. And you can share pictures with this as long as they're G-rated, right? Not everything we're proud of is meant for public consumption or Facebook groups. But if they're G-rated, feel free to share a picture of your smiling eyes and your gorgeous gams and your strong arms that lift and carry, your fingers that play the piano. We'll do it in the group, because just like sharing an outfit picture, this can be a very vulnerable thing to share. And I get messages from some of you sometimes because you're really upset that something you shared was seen in your Facebook feed by your friends. And it's because it was on my page. Anything that's posted on my Facebook page is public. It's like standing on the sidewalk in front of a store. Anybody can walk by and see it. They can walk by and see you. They can hear what you're saying. But everything that happens in the groups is private, and it's only shown to people who are members of the group, and it won't show up in your feed. Your Facebook friends won't see it unless they're also in the group. And so that's why and I did just want to throw in that distinction there, because nothing that is ever shared in the group will show up in your feed. So if it did, it's because you posted it on my page, and it can be tricky. I've done it. I've made the mistake myself. It can be tricky to know where you are sometimes, or you think you're one place and you're really somewhere else. So that's why we're going to do it in the group, because it can be vulnerable, and it can be something that you would maybe rather not share with the people you went to high school with or your husband's coworkers, but you can share it with us because we're all friends here. And you can join the group at this link. Will take you to the group to join. We do check, and there are questions that you need to answer to join the group. If you don't answer the questions, we can't let you in, and that's to protect all the members of the group, so that we check everyone to the best of our abilities, right? To make sure that it does stay a group, well, just women for one thing, but that everyone who's in there really should be in there. No spammers or bots or anything, men, anything like that. So please answer all 3 questions so that we can let you in as quickly as possible. Otherwise, we'll just have to delete your request. But we would love to have you join us in the group, and I'm really excited about this challenge. And we're going to use the hashtag #ILoveMyBody if you want to, because we are really going to work on our own brains. If this feels too vulnerable for you, you can just do it yourself on a piece of paper in a notebook. But I hope you will, because I remember those feelings of hating my body because it didn't match up to what I was told I should look like. And it's been a variety of reasons that I will never match up. I will never match up to the ideal, and I don't need to, because there is no such thing. And I really hope that you can arrive at the same place where you can love this body that you have and know that you're perfect. You're perfect just the way you are. And the course that I'm creating is to help you achieve that balance in your outfits so you can feel even more confident and do it in a way that still is true to your style and true to your personal preferences and true to your lifestyle. So that's something that'll be coming soon, and I hope I hope you're excited about it, because a lot of you have been asking me for this for quite a long time, and I'm excited to finally be able to have this for you. So I'll probably be asking you some questions as I create it to make sure that what I'm giving you is what you're asking for, but it'll be exciting. Okay, so I've added the link to join the group, and I hope you'll all participate in this I Love My Body challenge, because I want you to love your bodies. Okay, let's look at the comments. Kathy says, hi, Kathy. I'm so glad you could join us today. And you know what? If you're planning to join the challenge, just tell me in the comments. Say, I'm in. Let's hear about it. I want some commitment. Shanna says, good afternoon. Hi, Shanna. I'm glad you're here. Good afternoon to you. Linda says, I need this subject. Linda, we all need this subject, unfortunately. And you know what? They don't do it to men, just us. And it's our job to take back ownership of our own bodies and love of our bodies and our own beauty. Kathy says, wow, good point. Oh, I wish I knew which point I was making, but I'm glad it was good. Kathy says, you are making me feel better about the medium World Series shirt that I'm wearing underneath my top. I usually wear an extra large, but it is the World Series we won in Kansas City. Well, good. You should feel good about what you're wearing. And, you know, I've said this before, but the size, the number, the letter on the tag in your clothes is arbitrary. It does not define you. It does not mean anything. And it's not even consistent, right? And so, you know, when I shop, I can use the sizes as a general guide of where I should probably be trying, but I'm really just looking for pants that fit or a shirt that fits. And the number just doesn't mean anything to me. Sarah says, fellow pear shape, also petite in height and short bodied. I can't wait to hear your tips on balance. Well, I can't wait to share them with you. I am also short torsoed. I'm not petite in height though, but you know, every body type has its challenges and its benefits. And I prefer to focus on the assets and making it look and feel the best it can for you. Kathy says, analogies, I love yours. Well, thank you. I love analogies too. Like they just really make a point. And they can give you such a different perspective of what you're doing that is making you crazy. And trying to put, like, for example, let's just have an example here. I am fullest through the hips, rear, and thighs. And skinny jeans are just never going to be my best look, ever. And I finally, you know, at first, that was my very first thought, is that is going to be terrible. That's not going to look good on me. That is not going to flatter me at all. And I finally caved and started wearing them because that's all there was out there. And then after a few years, I was like, no, I don't like them for a lot of reasons. And so I quit. And realizing that I was, trying to, or wearing straight leg pants even. Straight leg pants are only straight on straight legs. Straight leg pants look like skinny pants on me. And trying to achieve that look of the straight leg pant on my curvy hips and seat and thighs was just, it's just an exercise in frustration. And so trying to wear something that is not meant to look that way on my body is not healthy or flattering. And it's the same as the boat cover. So I'm glad that helped you. Rachel says, I'm so glad you brought this out. I'm a smaller size, so people assume I have no problems finding clothes. I'm also pear-shaped, so I do have trouble, especially with dresses. I'm a lot more okay being a pear than I was even last year. Well, I'm glad to hear that. because every body type is beautiful. Every single body type is beautiful. And every single body type has challenges because not every single type of clothing is meant for any body. And these styles come and go. And if what's trending happens to suit your body type, then lucky you. But that comes and goes, right? And so you see these women and you're like, oh, you can wear anything, but they can't. It just looks that way because they're wearing things that flatter them. And it's the same thing as, we talked about this not too long ago, that suddenly I was getting comments and messages that you look good in every color. You can wear, oh no, I don't. You just think that because I only wear colors that look good on me. Right? It's the same with women that you see, oh, you can wear anything and look fantastic. No. They're wearing things that make them look fantastic. That's why you think that. Marty says, thank you for helping me find my way back to belts. Well, you're welcome. If you love it, wear it. I'm not supposed to wear white jeans either. And I do because I love them. Is it the most flattering look for me? No. Do I wear them anyway? Yes, because I like them. So good for you for wearing belts. Mary Lou says, always break the rules. If you want to, and if the rules help you, then use them. They're tools. You can choose whichever, you can use them or you cannot use them. It's totally up to you. But if you know what they are, you can consciously make that choice, right? Ashley says, I love this conversation. I really try hard to be a good example of loving my body for myself and my daughters. Ashley, yes. Yes. I'm really trying hard to keep my style snacks in the parameters of time I'm supposed to stick to. But one of the things that I did not include today that I was thinking through is I have 3 girls, and every single one of them has a very different body type and shape. And I don't ever want them to look at themselves and say, but I don't look like her. There's something wrong with me. They're all perfect. And I also really try to be a good example of loving my body out loud and through my actions for my girls, because I want them to love their bodies too, in every way, not just aesthetically, but also for what it can do. One of my girls dances and the other one was like, but I don't dance like she does. No, but you're a torpedo in the water. You are so strong and you swim so fast. She dances. You're an incredible swimmer and you're both perfect. And that is one reason that this is really, really important. And I'm really glad that you do the same. Sue says, please include me. Absolutely. So just make sure you're in the group, and then we'll start doing this tomorrow, because we need a big fat dose of loving our bodies. Kathy's in. Yes. Sandra is in. Which group? It's the Capsule Wardrobes for Classic Style group, and I added the link in here. I can add it again. And just make sure you answer the questions so that we can let you in quickly. Debbie says, when I was 16 and working at a fast food drive-in to earn money for college, my boss nicknamed me Thermometer. I was tall and slim with no shape. For some reason, I didn't care and just laughed it all. I've always loved my body, no matter the shape. It served me well. Debbie, I love that. I love that. And you were clearly a very confident 16-year-old. Not all 16-year-olds or even 40-year-olds can handle being teased like that, or having attention drawn to their body or their shape in that way. And so I'm really glad. I'm glad that you've always loved your body, because you're perfect. Marion says, I'm in. Today you made me rethink my body image. Marion, I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. And if only one of you rethinks your body image today, this will have been time well spent. I hope it's more than one, but this is a topic that's very important to me. For you, for me, for my girls, for your girls, for all the girls. And so if you feel like this is something that can help others, please share it. There's a share button up at the top, because this is a message that needs to get out there. So if you feel like others would benefit, please share. Anna says, I'm in. Good, Anna, I'm glad. Facebook user says, I've struggled with body image for most of my 50 plus years and haven't conquered it yet. It's truly one of my biggest challenges. And you know what? You're not alone. And I'm sorry that you have struggled with it in that way. And none of us should. And if you can remember, it's the big lie. They've been lying to us all these years. It's the big lie. It's not you. It's the clothes. You are perfect, and your body is a miracle. And I hope you'll participate in this challenge, and maybe we can start to shift that for you. Jerry says, it is so hard being a plus-size woman in this society. Jerry, you're right. It is. It really is. There's a lot of bias and judgment. And until recently, they didn't even make clothes to fit you, right? If you're plus size, then here's a moo-moo. Cover yourself. No. Every size and shape can be fashionable and stylish and beautiful and perfect. And I hope you'll join us in this I Love My Body challenge, because you're perfect. Ashley says, I want to pass on a more supportive self-image than the example I grew up with. And you have to remember, they grew up with it too. Somebody told them the lies and they believed it. And then somebody told that previous generation the lies. And we live in a very different time now. We have the means to speak up. We have more, it's more culturally acceptable to speak up now than it was in generations past. And we have more access to different ideas because we live in such a global world now with social media and the internet, and and so we need to give ourselves grace, and we need to give the women who came before us grace as well. They were doing the best that they can, and we can choose to do better, and they'll be proud of us for it. Rachel says, I watched a comedy where she says, men make the reasons things don't fit into good things. Like my shoulders are just so big and strong, normal shirts don't fit me. Maybe we can try to do the same. Okay, I understand now. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So this reminds me of, there's a YouTuber, her name's Justine Leconte. She's French. I love her channel. And it's I highly recommend her. But I remember one time in her one of her videos, she was talking, I don't even remember the topic of the video, but she said, some people say I have small teeth. No, I have a big smile. And I was like, yeah, you do, and it's gorgeous. Yeah. And so that's the exact same thing that you're talking about. And so, yeah, I love that. Take that thing that is supposed to be, that you've been taught is a negative because it's not, and turn it into something positive, just like that. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Thank you, Rachel. And if you want to do that as part of your, your challenge statement of the day, then do that. Pick something that you've picked on or others have picked on and turn it into a positive feature. What makes that a positive feature for you? Lynette is in. Good, Lynette. Shanna says, I'm in, starting today. I'm grateful for the yummy food that has contributed to my weight gain. Any tips on how long to hold on to clothes that are the wrong size? You know what? And you can be grateful that you have the means to pay for that food. You know what I mean? Like, we live in a very privileged society. There are billions of people around the world who go hungry, right? And maybe the hands that were able to make that delicious food, and the mouth that can taste it, and the teeth that can chew it, right? So yeah, there are a lot of things there that we can focus on our gratitude for. How long to hold on to clothes that are the wrong size? Well, that's a whole other topic, but I can tell you this. Will you really want to wear them? But when you lose the weight, will you still be like, I want to wear this? Or are you going to want something new? A lot of women want something new. I mean, if you got pregnant and you had a baby and baby weight, you know, and it's like kind of a relatively short time frame, but that's something you have to determine for yourself. But when you lose the weight, you're gonna probably want something new. Is kind of the truth, I think, but it's a personal decision. Mary says, hello. Is it Marissa or Marisa? I know nothing about balancing a body type, and I'm so excited. I hate lumps and bumps. Thank you for all the fun this winter. Well, you're welcome. And, we all have lumps and bumps. There's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes your clothes create the lumps and bumps, like the muffin top, and that's just from wearing the wrong type of clothes. But you can, the clothes you choose can smooth and flatter if that's what you choose. And so yeah, I'm excited to share it with you. Connie says hello. Hi, Connie. I'm glad you're here. Kathy says, oh, it popped up on me. I am tall and full-figured. People think it's lucky, and it is in some ways. However, I often have to go up a size to make tops fit, which makes me look fat. Well, Kathy, yeah, it's so easy to look at everyone else and say, oh, she's so lucky. It's kind of like that saying, you think your problems are terrible, but if we all dragged our problems out onto the street and we could pick up somebody else's and trade, we would probably take our problems back into the house and keep the ones that we've got. It's kind of like that, we focus on the problems that we have with dressing our bodies or our shapes or our sizes or our heights. And we don't realize that other people have their own challenges of dressing and things, and we think we just see that they look great and think, oh, so easy for you. But they have their own things that they're struggling with. I have to go up a size in pants to make them fit me. And that's okay, they fit me now. And then I get the waist taken in. So it just is. And what probably needs to happen is you probably just need to go up a size to fit that fuller part of your figure and then take in the rest so it fits you. Mary says, your message is so important, thank you. Well, you're welcome. And I hope you'll share it because more women need to hear this. And I would love to see as many women as possible join us in this I Love My Body challenge because it's so important. So share it with the women you love, and hopefully they can learn this too. Facebook user says, for the most part, European women dress well regardless of their size. They have such a different take on body image. They do. They really do. And you can dress well at every age, every size, every stage of your life. I know women who punish themselves by dressing in clothes they don't like when they're not at a size they like. And that just adds to the negative self-talk and body shaming and hate. Why your body doesn't need to be punished, and you don't need to be punished just because you're not at a size that someone else probably told you should be at. And choosing to punish yourself in that way is not going to motivate you or improve your life in any way. So that's part of what I mean. Dress and love the body you have right now. Love it just the way it is. Dress it to be beautiful just the way it is. You deserve it. You deserve it. There's nothing you don't deserve to be punished just because you're not meeting a size ideal that the world says you should. Because why did they get to choose? Who made them the boss of you? You did. I did. We all did. And now we're going to stop it. We're going to take it back. Someone says, I love Justine. I do. I just love her channel. I love her videos. She's just fabulous. She's very smart. I like smart, intelligent conversation. She's still talking about style and fashion, but her topics are just so interesting. And she's also a designer, and she shares insights into what that creative process is like. Lynette is in. Good. I'm glad. We have we have now 3 Lynettes talking to me right now. Hi, all you. Hi, Lynettes. Another Lynette says, hi, I'm imperfectly put together. Can we join this group? Absolutely. So the Capsule Wardrobes for Classic Style is a group that's open to anyone who is a woman and is willing to follow the rules, right? And is not a spammer or, a bot or whatever. So it's a free group that all of you are welcome to join. Just be sure and answer the questions so we can get you in. Michelle says, I only keep things that are one size from my current, and I give myself 6 months. If in 6 months the clothes don't fit, I donate them. That's a good rule. And honestly, if you're holding on to those clothes as a way to punish yourself, then definitely let them go. Like if you look at them and that's just a rack full of shame and guilt, that's not going to motivate you or make you feel better. Emily says, April, are the brands and colors of your makeup and skincare routine stunning style assets are huge? Share them. Your skin looks amazing. Emily, thank you. I can tell you for sure and for certain that I look way better in this camera than I do in real life. I don't have fantastic, I don't have terrible skin, but I don't have that porcelain smooth, pore-free skin. This is a webcam and it doesn't have a lot of controls. It's meant for gaming. It's not meant for this. And so I can't control a lot about it, but I look a lot better in the camera than I do in real life. And I'm not trying to be down on myself. I just want you to know that I look so good on camera. And I sometimes watch my videos and I'm like, oh, I wish I had that skin. So I mean, my skin's okay. It's I'd say average, but it's not ethereal. I think it looks ethereal in the video. I use Rodan & Fields products. And I like them. I sell them I mostly get my own personal discount, but other people buy them sometimes. And there are some of their products I just absolutely love, like the Lash Boost. And others I think are probably just as good as, what you can find somewhere else. They're good, but I don't know that they're probably not supposed to say that, but it's the truth. This makeup, there's a tutorial for this makeup look in Perfectly Put Together as one of the bonuses. And I've done makeup looks for in the society as well. This lipstick is Lip Sense, and you either love or hate Lip Sense, but this is Purple Rain and Plum layered together. So anyway, like sometimes I just feel like I want to put a disclaimer up that this my skin doesn't really look quite like this. I would love it if it did though. So I just yeah, that's the honest answer. Kathy says, I will share this for sure. I'm glad, and I hope more of you will, so that we can get this body-loving message out to as many women as possible. Leslie says, I missed most of your posts today. I'll re-listen, but it sounds like something I want. Leslie, I hope you will. As soon as we're done here, it'll be available for replay here on Facebook, and it'll also go up on my website today. Hope. Jennifer says, I want to have items I can wear year after year and look current. I feel that will free up so much time worrying about what to wear. I can add items as I need them, but I want it to be effortless. Yes, exactly. And that is really kind of what I'm trying to help all of you get to, you know? So it is very freeing. I've reached that place, and I would love for all of you to be able to join me in that place if you want me to, and that's what I'm trying to help you get to. So I know you're on your way, Jennifer. Dee says, hello everyone from Montreal. Oh, hello Dee. I've heard Montreal is just one of the greatest cities ever. I can't wait to go there someday. It's on my list. My brother lived there and he just loved it. Everyone I've ever talked to about Montreal just loves it. Yeah. Can you repeat Justine's name? Yeah, it's Justine Leconte. It's Leconte. And she's on YouTube. She's on Instagram too, but her primary, she does videos on YouTube. That's her main thing. Okay, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. I really love our conversations. I love sharing ideas with you, and I love this positive, helpful, special community that we have created together. I love that you support one another. I love how you support me, and I try to support you. And this course I'm working on is because you asked me for it, and I'm excited. I'm excited to share it with you. So I'm also really excited about this challenge. So you can start today in the group if you want to. Share something you love about your body in any way that you want to. And we are all going to, I think we should do this all month long. Like it takes, 21 days to build a habit? Well, we're going to take 30 days and shift our mindsets. So let's get a big fat dose of body loving going on. And I will see you next week for our usual style snack time at 1 o'clock Eastern on Wednesdays. And it'll be a lot of fun. So don't forget to join me then. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you then.